I want him to be able to breastfeed like right away. I don't want him to have like a feeding tube or anything. Hello. Today is a bit of a sleepy day and a very hungry day. That's all I think about anymore is food. Because of these steroids, I feel like I've been eating since I woke up. And then I had that like 3-hour nap, but I probably was dreaming of food, I guarantee it. Anyway, kind of a semi-boring update, not a whole lot going on. But of course, the team always says is boring is good. So, what I wouldn't give for a venti from Starbucks right now. So yesterday we had the AFI measured, the Amniotic Fluid Index, and I am no longer considered Polyhydramnios. So this is good news. Now, whether it resolved itself is up for debate. I mean, I had a bit of a gush yesterday that kind of freaked me out to the point where I was like, is it going to stop? Is it going to stop? And then they measured my fluid index, and it was within normal limits, but still, you know, a lot more than average. So he still has plenty of fluid going. We're not worried. They said that these intermittent gushes and trickling is normal and to be expected. They said it's actually kind of a blessing in disguise that I have polyhydramnios, or had it, because he had plenty of fluid all these weeks. But at the same time, they think that the polyhydramnios caused the PPROM, so I don't know what kind of a blessing that would be necessarily. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise that I still don't understand. Who knows? The point is, he's looking good. Unfortunately, he was facing my spine for the entire ultrasound. I'll insert the footage anyway, but we did not get any good, clear pictures of his face or his profile or anything. But here's what we got.
Yep, so spine is up. Let's see, this is baby spine.
Ah, that makes sense, because I wasn't feeling him move as much today.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
That's like the optimal position for delivery, too.
Yeah. And then you have your placenta here, so anterior placenta.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is the good stuff. You see?
Yeah.
Right there.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. So let me go ahead and check the fluid.
But yeah, so normally he's facing up towards my belly button, and I can feel him kicking and punching and everything, but yesterday he was facing down towards my spine, so I wasn't feeling anything. And yesterday I was freaking out a lot, and I was definitely like lying on my side a lot more, trying to feel him, but I could feel him kicking towards my back, which was crazy when I was like laying down. So today he has sort of flip-flopped back over, and he's moving, and I've noticed that the quality of his movement has changed, because I do really feel like he's growing a lot. We'll find out at his growth scan next week. But it's no longer that feeling of like him punching out or kicking out. Kind of hoping he's nice and big. I also do feel like he's getting lower into my pelvis. So it doesn't look like he's dropping necessarily, but it's definitely a lot more pressure starting to build down in my pelvis. And with the SPD, it's kind of hard, because you want to keep your legs closed so that you're you know, you don't have the pain in your pubis joint. What is that even called? But now when I'm sitting down and stuff, I kind of want my legs open so the belly can sit there, you know what I mean? So it's been a balancing act past couple of days. My OB also came to visit me in the hospital, and we discussed the potential of gestating beyond 34 weeks. And he, you know, of course he and the team really wants to do 34, but he did say that if all looks good and my temperature and my pulse and my blood pressures are still like fantastic at 34, then we will take it day by day and go for a little bit longer. So that made me very happy, because I was reading that babies start learning to like suck and swallow as far as like feeding goes, like in the 34, 35 gestation area. And I want him to be able to breastfeed like right away. I don't want him to have like a feeding tube or anything. But a lot of mamas in the PPROM group that I'm in told me that their babies that were born at like 32 weeks gestation were breastfeeding right away. So choices, right? I kind of just feel like if everything's looking great, like why not take another week, possibly two, you know what I mean? If everything's safe and looking good. So that's kind of where we're at right now. By the way, thank you to everybody that sent your condolences regarding Cameron's grandfather passing. The funeral is next week, so hoping little man doesn't make any surprise moves, because Kameron has to fly out of town to New Orleans next week, so stay put, you. Other than that, today I've been on the hunt for a new pediatrician, because the one that we were going to go to with Kaia, that we just absolutely loved, he came highly recommended by everybody at Cameron's office, and we just fell in love with him at our consultation. And it was very decently priced concierge care, but unfortunately when I called them today to set up an account for my son, their price more than doubled. In fact, it almost tripled per month. So that's kind of out of our price range at the moment, and it sucks, because we really, really liked this guy. You know, it's really hard to find a doctor that you just really, really feel like, oh man, this is the one, you know. It kind of sucks, because all of his coworkers are locked into that lovely low price. And if my daughter hadn't passed away, then we would have been too. But I literally saw this pediatrician, and then a week later my daughter was gone. So kind of one of those things where you wish they would make an exception for you because of your situation, but at the same time I understand, you know, with inflation, and they are a Beverly Hills office, and he's probably just inundated with people that really want to work with him, and I get it. It's business. But yeah, that's kind of been stressing me out today, because I thought we had that set up and everything already, and now we have to continue the hunt.
Hey, you. You were just kicking the crap out of my belly button. Where'd you go? There you are.
It's really crazy how different it is having an anterior placenta this time, because when Kaia would kick, it was straight up alien status. And when he does it, it's like I feel the way it felt with her, but it just doesn't look the same at all. But yeah, he's moving. He knows it's dinner time. Dinner just arrived.
Oh, yeah.
So I've been trying to figure out what I'm gonna get for my first postpartum meal. But I can't decide between like some real sushi, or like, do I want some really hot spicy ramen, but I don't like to get it takeout because it's they bring the noodles and the broth separately, and then the noodles get all hard and it's just not good. You know what I mean? So I would want to eat it like at the restaurant. What did you get? I want to know. I'm so curious. Well, me and my newly acquired double chin are gonna enjoy some true crime. Either true crime or really bad 90s films for the rest of the evening. I know it was not, the most exciting, energetic update. Oh, you should see what I looked like yesterday because I don't know what happened. I just crashed from the steroids. And then I had like all this crazy redness in my face and everything. Feeling better today, but still a little crashity crash, if you know what I mean. Anyway, I don't know when my next update's gonna be. It might be a couple days, might be a few days, really depends. Everything's kind of same old right now. And I'm probably just gonna try to get a bunch of my sewing stuff done. So yeah, thank you for watching as always, and I will see you next time.